Hey, Johnny, how's it going? Hello, hello, hello.
Look, go lay down. Look, go lay down. So, Paul,
Hey, how you doing, Joe? I see Johnny was here.
I didn't. You on? You live?
Yeah,
Okay, because I didn't see you live a second ago.
should be live.
Because a second ago you weren't live. You were going live. Here you live. Hey, Johnny, what's up? Brenda, Brian. He got me for a little while.
You got to shoot tonight?
Yeah, I got. Technically, I could leave now because there's a game at 5, 6, and 7. I don't know if I want to go for all three
Oh boy. Well, do
because
you do
I'm
you
only
want to go get all
only
three?
covering the last game.
Do you want to go get all three?
No, not really.
It's money in your pocket.
It's only money in my pocket for the last one.
Oh, okay. Hey, how's
I'm gonna
everybody
probably
doing?
I'll probably get there for the second game because the second game starts at 6. I'll probably leave here a little after 5.
Okay, so it's just a little after 4 right now. So
Yeah, I
okay.
got about an hour. Because if I get there, it takes me about 20 minutes to get to it. Take about 30 minutes to get to it. And so in that fact, it might take me a little bit longer because of traffic. Yeah, it's gonna take me 40 minutes. So I'll probably leave here at 5. But if I get to the second game, they got a mom in the second game that's been buying pictures of her kid. He plays in the JV.
Okay.
And she's been buying 3 or 4 pictures every time I go out there at $15 a pop. So and as long as she keeps buying them, it's worth it. Did you
But
see
it sure
TJ's?
does get it gets dark quick, doesn't it?
Yeah. Did you see TJ's short he put up?
No, I didn't.
Oh, don't. It was he 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 tried to do a review on 2 items he bought, but he really didn't read them. It was man wipes. The first one is showers and a wipe. So you can take a shower with it, basically, to wipe yourself off. And he
Yeah.
says, I guess it's good for your face and maybe washing your bun. Read the thing. It said shower on it, you know? And then the other one was the one for your face. It was like, yeah, but that was crazy. I just shook my head.
Oh boy.
I heard John is going to do one on how to change your print head on your 3D printer and leaving screws off. That is still prints. He's going to say, you don't need all the screws. Why are you all over me for? I'll tell you what, it's a waste of skin. The mayor of Los Angeles, it's a waste of skin, I'm telling you. She came back from Africa yesterday and they asked a question. She stood there, wouldn't answer any questions, wouldn't say anything. Then she ran off. I mean, some of these people that put in office are useless.
I'm going to show you a quick little video I did today after I did my 3 ships.
With
With
the
that-
ice,
Yeah, the ice. Did you see it?
I saw it. Yeah, I saw it. That was pretty cool.
Okay, let's go over here. Okay, here we go. It's just a little shorty. It's a 1 minute.
Yeah, 1 minute, 14 seconds.
And I hit the wrong button.
Yeah. I gotta work. We're leaving. Yeah, I was wondering how close you were gonna get.
Yeah, I'm at about 25 feet right there.
Yeah, I was hoping you weren't gonna land on one.
That would not be good.
See, that'd be a good Avana 2 flight. Because you can fly right over it about 10 feet above it, and then you can do that 180 flip and just turn around and go back the other way.
Here I am right over here. I took that after I did the ship.
That's pretty cool. They said that they gave a list of celebrities that have lost their house up there.
Oh, I'll bet.
Oh, Billy Crystal lost his house. He lived there since 1979. Paris Hilton lost her. No. Tom Hanks's house may have been lost, but he's not there. He's in England. But they were given a whole bunch of names.
Boy, it's getting dark quick out there, isn't it?
Yep. This is Dominic. Dominic on a
Hey,
stroll.
good evening.
Hey, Dominic and Lloyd.
And
Yeah, about in the morning. I
Yeah.
thought you'd.
Hello, everyone.
Lord,
Hello, Lloyd.
Oh,
How you doing, Lloyd? Did you get a nap in?
no, I didn't. I've been up all day. Oh, no, wait a minute. I did get a nap this morning. I forgot.
Oh,
I did
good.
lay down for a little bit and then just, I don't know, probably about 30, 45-minute nap and then got up.
I was
It's always
doing
good
that
to
too,
get a
and then
nap
they
in.
cutting grass outside and woke my ass up.
Well, I don't think anybody's cutting grass around my house today. Let me see here.
How's the weather out there, Lloyd?
Well, that's what I was gonna. It's snowing. It's been snowing since, oh, I don't know, about noon or so, or maybe, well, probably about 10:30 is when it
Light
started.
snow or heavy snow?
Yeah, it's been on and off. It's not been real heavy. It's just, we probably got, oh, out on my table there, we got about, maybe 2 inches or so, two and a
Okay.
half. But it's let off for a little bit, but then it's supposed to start picking back up here, and about 6 o'clock this evening, 7 o'clock Central Time, and snow all the way up until tomorrow morning. So
Yeah, well, see, Captain Joe is upset because he doesn't get any snow. You know, he likes,
Yeah, I am. I'd rather snow than rain.
well, I tell you what, actually the snow moved further south than they expected. I thought we were going to get ice, and we may have got a little bit of rain last night that froze, but the streets pretty, I mean, we're on a side street, so naturally it's not got that much traffic, but uh yeah, they'll probably call it snow day tomorrow because you know they don't want to take them little kiddies out in their buses because the bus drivers don't know how to drive in the snow.
well, I noticed, I don't think our school district is working at all because the temperature is so low.
Right, right.
Because they don't want the kids out by the curb and all that kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And that just chaps me because when I was a kid, I grew up in Colorado. I remember living in Grand Junction, and they had there was a little corner, old style convenience store, gas station, all that stuff,
Yeah,
little country store. And they had one of those big, metal, pressed stone thermometers that had the temperature, and it went down to 30 below. And, now sometimes I'd walk up, sometimes, my mom would, a couple of the kids would all jump in. This is before, if we weren't driving, it's like in ninth grade, we weren't driving. So, uh, she'd just kind of pick us up and take us up there because then she'd go and visit the people who owned the store. But we'd stand out there at that place, and it was -5, -10, and that's Fahrenheit, not Celsius,
Shit.
So we just bundled up for it and stood there. I mean, they didn't
yeah,
call.
we used to have, the big pants and stuff and the bib
Mhm.
overalls and that kind of stuff, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. I had a big old uh an insulated navy pea coat that was just
Yeah,
wool and those things, uh
Things
if
are
they ever
warm.
got wet, now that would be a different story. They kind of wool just, to me, doesn't smell good when it gets wet, but yeah, these kids now, it hits, you know 25 3 days in a row. It's like, oh my God, we're going to have to shut down the school because of all these low temperatures. I'm
yeah.
thinking, what a bunch of weenies.
Yep. And it's only getting worse.
Oh yeah, 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 it is.
Yeah, we've got severe weather warnings for 31 degrees Celsius.
Jesus, that's sad.
That's an average temperature in summer here.
Right, right.
When I get home tonight, I gotta park on the other side because we got storms coming through in the morning and it's expecting
Right.
3 inches of rain.
Well, this storm front is moving east. I'll tell you that much.
Yep. That's the storm front. It's gonna hit us in the morning. And we're gonna
Yeah,
get
you're
3 inches of rain. And it just depends on how long that rain lasts, because behind is the cool air. And if it stays where it's at right now, we'll get snow. But I think the moisture will be out of here by the time it gets here.
yeah. Yeah, Don's
got-
probably started getting about, and he may get more because they they tend to get a little heavier snow up there, and but yeah, it's been coming down fairly steady, just small, but it's accumulated and it actually is stuck to the ground. It didn't melt off because we've had such cold nights that it started,
Yeah.
the ground temperature is getting at that point where the snow will
stick.
start sticking. Yeah. And hello, Brian.
Hello,
We
Brian.
almost had
Thanks,
another tragedy here today
thanks for the
Hmm?
in
Christmas
New
card.
Orleans.
Oh,
All the schools are getting ready for marching for Mardi Gras. So all the
Mhm.
bands are marching around neighborhoods, right? So there's a prominent school down in New Orleans, the St. Augustine Catholic High School, and they've
Right.
got the
Mhm.
Marching 100. It's one of the premier bands in the country. And I mean, they only put 100 in their band, and if you don't make it, you just don't make it. You know, that's it. That's how they are.
yeah.
And it's the Marching 100, and they're high steppers. I mean, this is a beautiful band. They sound good, and they're marching down the neighborhood. And as they're crossing a cross street, they got the stop sign. So the other street doesn't have a stop sign. The people carrying the flags are in front. Then behind them are the banners. In
Right.
between that gap, a car went speeding through.
Oh my God.
Yeah, car went speeding through it.
Well,
Saw him and thought there was a gap and just kept coming.
I hope the police find those guys.
Well, the police are marching with him.
Oh yeah,
And
good.
when the guys sped through him like this, the people in front, the band director was in the front. Band director stopped the front row real
Right.
quick as he came through, and the police turned around, started walking down the street, and he actually pulled over. He pulled over, and the police were walking over to him.
Yeah.
But it would have been another minute, he would have taken the whole front row out. Now that wouldn't
Yeah.
have been band people; it would have been color guard and the people holding the banners.
Right.
But it's not the point, you know.
It would. Yeah. I mean, the guy obviously wasn't paying any attention to. How do you miss something like that?
You see, the first two guys are carrying flags,
Right.
you know, and the St. Aug neighborhood, everybody knows they march all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was at Fortune, we'd march around the neighborhood up there to practice. And we had a set route. And I mean, we had people that would go and cut off the street, make sure the street was cut off. Because you got stupid people out there.
No,
But
I
the
know.
thing is,
Yeah.
it's a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit. You're going faster than 20.
Oh yeah. And they
So
usually are.
I guarantee cops are going to get them for that.
They're probably going to get him for unsafe driving over the speed limit, endangerment
Reckless
to.
endangerment.
Yeah. Shut up, Bear. Nobody wants to hear you.
And the guy stopped, went to turn around and come back, and then just pulled over and parked. Like that as the police were walking to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think they were getting his plate more than anything, you know,
Right. Well,
because everybody's on foot. He'd have kept going as long as they got his plate, they got him.
yeah.
It was one of those PT cruisers.
Right.
Mm.
All you got to do is get 2 letters on the license plate and the PT cruiser. That's enough.
Yep.
Mhm.
Well, hey, Joe.
Hello to everybody in the chat that I've missed. I can't see the chat.
Looks like we got who do we got in there? Like we got Joe
Waypoint,
Leo,
Brian, Joe,
Go,
Brian, yeah.
Brian.
Johnny's up there somewhere.
Johnny's up there,
Johnny.
yeah.
And Brian. I mean, Brenda.
Brenda.
Brenda was first, I think.
Oh, I didn't see her. I'm sorry, Brenda.
She way up top.
Yeah.
Mm.
Lance asked me if I sold my Avada, my original Avada today, because he's got somebody that might be buying his. I think he's selling it for 700.
What's that? What's he
His
selling?
original Avada with a couple of batteries. I think it's 3 batteries or something like this in
Yeah.
a case. The guy offered him like 600, and he got him up to 700.
Mhm.
I was talking to Johnny about that the other day. I've got 2 Avadas, 4 batteries, all the filters, the case, extras, bumpers, everything. And if I were to sell it, because one of them's got 18 flights on it, because that was my backup,
Right.
and the other one doesn't have any flights on it. You know, if I were to sell it right now, I wouldn't take less than 1,000 for everything.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't either.
I wouldn't do it.
I
Yeah,
had to,
I just saw it, Waypoint I did see my drone on the Port Huron cam at
Yes.
11:29 and what was it, 11:29 and about 20 seconds or so. Yep. It just in the corner, it was coming down.
Oh, you're famous.
Yeah. When I went flying with Johnny and Ken the other day, I'm doing an orbit or doing a reveal, a reveal coming backwards up by the lighthouse. And I'm at 100 and I think it was 140 feet. And he was flying at about 45 feet. And I looked down and I seen his drone going right underneath mine. And that's on the video. It's pretty cool. He had that little baby Air 3S on the Mavic 3. Hey, Dominic, you been flying?
Was that?
You been flying?
Ah, yeah, I did yesterday. Took it out and about. And I must say, it's a hell of a lot different to the Mini 2. Hell of a lot different.
Which one is
And I
that?
It's
can,
like,
Mavic 3 Classic.
Oh, yeah.
It's a
Mhm.
hell of a lot. And I can actually see it when it goes far away. I had no problem seeing it. I would have been shit. Yeah, I'm in meters. What's 100 and I was at 400 feet because I went maximum, and I probably went out about whatever uh, whatever 100 and something meters is. So it's probably about 300 feet away in distance,
something like that.
and I could see it as plain as day. You know, when I've done the maximum 120 with a Mini, it's like a blowfly. It's like trying to watch a blowfly moving.
I was looking for a mosquito.
Yeah.
I tell you, I was flying one day by the Shafumta Bridge, and I'm over on the boat launch side. I'm not on the river side where we usually fly. And I flew because I was in a hurry because I wanted to catch the bridge opening. So I just parked and did that. And I put it out in an area to get a hyperlapse with the bridge opening. And I looked down and I was at 928 feet. And I was amazed because I could see the drone. I knew
That's
where it
in
was, and I looked
distance.
it up there, and I could see it against the little bit of clouds in the sky. I could see it at
Yeah, well,
928 feet.
I had I had no obstructions, meaning there were no tall buildings around, and it was blue sky.
Yep. Yeah, the bad part
So,
about it, I was at 928 feet doing a 6 minute, 7 minute hyperlapse,
that's what,
and I could see the birds flying
330
around too.
meters.
Yeah, and I could see the birds flying around them too. You know, I was waiting for a bird to get close.
Yeah,
I
I'm
didn't have
waiting
to
on.
take my daughter to that interview. She had a car today
Hmm.
because
How'd
the
that,
deadbeat boyfriend said he felt sick and stayed home.
so, how'd the interview go? Do you know?
She says, how she put it, she says, I think it went very well, but knowing her luck, because it's an 8 to 5 job, she probably won't get it. I said, get out your way. Have some faith, you know? I said, first off, you're an LPN and looking for LPNs. There's not a lot of them applying for jobs. You're probably going to get you because you need you. I said, that's the first thing. Gitchie wanted to know, can somebody settle a disagreement? Did Newsom have a vote a couple years ago to get him out of office, but they voted him back in? Yes, you are correct.
Hmm.
He had a recall election and they voted him back in.
There it is. Right there, Joe.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep, there it is.
Hmm.
Crashing into the water. No, I mean,
That is splash.
Nice.
that is nice. Yeah, that's cool.
You're famous.
Anything for you, darling.
Famous or infamous?
I don't know. I'd rather be infamous.
Me too. Me too.
Howdy.
Hello, Rod.
Oh, hey, Rod. Scared the hell out of me. I didn't see you there. I heard the howdy and then look down. There's another face there smiling back at me. I'm like, who the hell is that?
That's Rod.
Yeah, it's me.
Yeah.
I just came in from flying some of my batteries down that I charged up today.
Oh, okay.
Still kind
Charged up and ready to go.
of, yeah, I was flying, well, that one that I've been working on for weeks. In fact, I swapped propellers on it just to see whether it would fall out of the sky, and well, it didn't, so that's good.
Mhm.
You going to be
And
in South
then-
Florida, Rod?
I'm central.
Well, I said, are you going to be? I meant to say,
Oh.
you, yeah.
For the meetup, yes.
For the meetup,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll be down there.
Yeah.
I'll be
Well, at
down there.
least you don't have to travel far.
From my place, it's about 2.5 hours.
Oh, that's all right.
Well-
At least you don't have to. You're a lot closer than me. I'm 25 hours away.
It's
Yeah,
3.5
I
to.
take it, Lloyd, you got it all arranged now?
Just about. I'm still looking a couple. I'm really interested in taking that, 18-hour flight, leaving Oklahoma, going to Las Vegas, and flying over to Tennessee, maybe up to Chicago, and then back down to Florida.
Nice.
It's an
Going after the
18-hour
miles.
flight.
Yeah. Well, if they
With
were to pay
layover.
me, there's like a layover for 45 minutes in Vegas, like a 2-hour layover in Chicago, and then down to Tennessee and Nashville, and another 2-hour layover, and just a fun day flying around, sitting in a tin can, thinking, yeah.
About 1 minute. That okay?
No, you'd
Well, you
have
can
to.
flirt with all the young
Yeah.
honeys on the
1
plane.
minute.
That's true.
up to
That's
you.
true. I could get, yeah.
Where? How much?
I don't know, but it's up to you.
But now I got to make one more call. I got to make it. I won't make it tomorrow because it's too late today.
Dominic's
Uh,
negotiating with one of his women. Just get
Yeah.
the
I know, I
money,
can hear that.
Dominic.
Just tell her to pay up.
He said, no, it's up to you. Well, I don't know. What you try to trade with him? I need to keep 80% today. How can I work that out with you?
No. Now, someone just talking about standing near a parking meter, and people are asking me how to use the parking meter. I don't know how to use them, so
Hey,
Is,
Joe.
is that the code that your girls use? Is how to use the parking meter?
Sounds like it.
And how much
It
money
was
do you
all
put
right.
in it? Yeah.
I was gonna say I'd keep one of those Avadas, and I'll tell you why.
I mean,
The Avata one is like durable as hell. So when I try to stick somebody who hasn't flown, I put them in that setup because
Oh,
I
I
know
like the Avata
I
one.
know they probably can't destroy it. So
Yeah.
it's worth hanging on
Oh.
to.
Yeah, I like it. I'm probably not going to sell it.
I still got mine. I got the Avata too still. Not that I
Well,
fly.
the thing is, I don't have the need to sell it. That's the thing. If I needed to sell it, I would-
Yeah,
the
I
only
gotcha.
one I'm looking at purchasing probably is the Mavic 4, depending on price. And then it might wait a little while.
all the
I'm
Mavic
with
4,
I'm with you
not
on
Mavic
that
4
one.
though.
And I wasn't gonna be with you on it, but there's a reason that I'm gonna be with you on it. One of the features I really like, which is that 80-degree up thing, which is
Hmm.
great for the rockets. I forget what the other feature was that I went, okay, yeah, that may be somewhat. Oh, the 100 megapixel. They're probably doing pixel shift to create that 100 megapixel. But it'd be nice. It'd be nice for creating panoramics myself and that kind of stuff.
Back in
But
5.
probably the biggest reason is this may be the last version we get to put our hands on for a long time. Because I think they are going to get banned this time. I don't think it's an if anymore. It's a win.
They got that storm coming over us first thing in the morning, directly over us. 3 in the category of risk.
You know, one thing I was looking at was obviously Drone DJ, Drone XL had actually it was Drone XL had the article on the Mavic 4 and showed the up close pictures and stuff. And I was looking at that thing and it goes 90 up or 80 up, 90 down. But because it's mounted that way and it's in
Yeah.
that round housing, I wonder if it can do vertical.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder if they
I
could
didn't
spin
see
it the
that.
other direction because the way with that housing, they could easily, put the gearing in there to actually make the thing shoot vertical, which would be
Yeah.
interesting. That would be interesting if it can rotate and do vertical too. I'd be much more interested, even though it doesn't give me the one thing I really want, which is a great optical. But I'm not sure I'll ever get what I really want. Not in that size drone.
Well, Tino's laying over in his chair over there, kicking back, and they wanted the treats, so I gave him the treats. So I looked over at him and said, "Catch it." And I threw that sucker, bounced it right off his head.
Hmm.
It
I
bounced
think
right off his head, hit the chair, and he just looked at me like, "Thank you,"
I think the reality is for what I really
Right.
want, I'm just gonna have to buy a good camera and put a good telephoto lens on it and say to hell with it.
Well, this gym I'm going to shoot at tonight, I have shot in the gym headshots before. I've never shot a basketball game at this gym.
Where are you going?
It's Salmon High School. It's in Slidell,
Lie
and
down. Okay.
it's a pain in the ass to park in there. And it's going to be cold, so I'm gonna have to bring a jacket. And I'll probably wind up having to put it around my waist in the gym because it'll probably be hot. It's just going to be a pain. The whole thing's going to be a pain. It's a upstairs gym. So I've got the
It's
gym's
up
upstairs. They've
on
got
another level.
it's on the second level. And they've got underneath it, they've got their gym for school and all of that. But the courts are up top. Above it.
Hmm.
They got I think they got cafeteria actually underneath it. I think that's what it was.
Well, it's like 46 here.
We're at 47. So by the time I leave there tonight, it'll probably be in the 30s.
Last
And it's
night we
not that far from the lake.
hit 37, I think, for our low.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not that far from the lake, so it should be breezy. All in all, when he told me, "You want to shoot Thursday night?" Because he could have got another photographer from that area. And I told him, yeah, and I thought about it, and I said, "Why did I take that one?"
Yeah, I'm going down to see Maddie Saturday. It's supposed to be 77 down there. It's only gonna be like 50 something up here. So, although Maddie said everybody down there is cold, which I imagine they are.
Or- Since
Yeah, looks like it's going to snow all night here. So
Snow. What's that? I don't
yeah,
know
I
that I've
know.
seen. I don't know that I've seen that.
Yeah, it's just
At least not the
yeah.
last 10 years.
It's called rain light. You know, that's
Rain
just,
light. Got it.
yeah. And just like beer light, it takes you 3 times as much to get the same amount of moisture.
I spent too much money today.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna spend too much money tomorrow.
I ordered the O4 air units for my drones.
Now, which goggles you use with those?
Goggles 3.
Goggles 3? Okay.
I have the goggles 2 as well. Actually, I have 2 sets of the 3s and one set of the 2s.
Now, goggles 3 came with the Avata 2, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
yeah,
So I got both of them then. I got the goggles 2 and the goggles 3.
And I got the Avata 2, not because I wanted the drone, but because I wanted
Wanted
the
the goggles.
goggles.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's
couldn't
the
have
other thing, I
cared
got the
less
Integras
about
with the other one. That's why they're good.
Well,
the
I
drone.
just
The drone is nice as okay, I'm bored, go out, fly around with the motion controller, because I fly the Avata with the motion controller.
I do too. Yeah.
It's just a blast to fly that way.
Yeah, that's the best way to fly it, in my opinion.
I
It's the
mean,
funnest way, I should say.
it's the
The
funnest
funnest.
way. That I
Yeah.
would agree with. If I
But
want,
I noticed that the Avata moves a little more stiff than the Avata 2.
Mhm. Oh
In
yeah.
other words, when you make
Mm,
it gives me a little more of a like a jerk.
yeah, that's probably true. Part of that's the weight with the battery being top
Yeah,
heavy.
it could be the settings too. I might go look at the Expo settings, make sure they're both the same. Because I
Mm,
like the way the Avata 2 flies. I'll write those down and then make sure I have them set for the Avata the same way.
yeah, but the Expo settings is more about the controller than how the drone's flying.
But it's I'm talking about the reaction, like the speed, the slow. When it seems like when I go to make a turn, I do a little yaw to the right or something like this, it's like it pops instead of just smooth. Gives it more of
Yeah,
a pop.
Yeah.
that
Well,
sounds that sounds like too much Expo.
Yeah.
Well, and it could be the reason it stops to make that turn is because that may have been in the update that finally fixed the guys that were doing the
Yeah.
trying to do those quick yaws and then falling out of the sky because they were
It could be.
yeah.
Because I noticed that lately.
Oh,
And then it seems like the last couple of times, like I said, I've only got 18 flights on it. And that's the one because it was my second one. The first one I had to send back because it crashed into my wall. Went ballistic. It what happened was I've noticed that I'll have the motion controller pulled back almost full speed, and I'll be going, and I'll be in normal mode, or say normal mode, and I'll be sitting at about 14, 15 miles an hour, and it seems like it's not. It seems like it keeps wanting to slow down. You know, I'm getting that feeling too. It's just that's the way it looked. I got to make sure I'm pulling it all the way back, just like it's slipping. You know, it's like it's on ice. That's what it's. It's like that's the best way to say it.
Hmm.
And the other day, my finger kept, because the motion controllers, the finger, when you put the finger in the controllers, they are different in size. And when I was flying out there by the pier, my finger kept slipping out the first motion controller. After I did it the second time, I said, oh, damn, I pushed my finger further in it.
Make sure you clean those bottom sensors.
Yep.
Because in a turn, if you're close to trees or bush or something like that, the sensors could be picking it up and it goes, hey, I'm next to the ground and sort of
Yeah,
pushes
yeah.
the drone.
It's always the visual flow sensors as well should be kept clean too.
Look at it.
I just hope that nobody brings any new fancy pre-release drones to show down in Florida by not naming any names, because last time they did that, I ended up coming home and buying the Avata as soon as it came out. Like,
Oh,
or the
really?
Avata 2.
Yeah,
The
I'm
Avata
wondering
2,
how many.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
wondering
guess
how many
that depends on when the Mavic
Matrice
4
4s are going to
comes.
be there.
Right, yeah, exactly. Depending on
Just
when
go,
it's
go and buy. Yeah, go and buy yourself one.
I can tell you one thing to not buy.
what's that?
If they do another RC Pro, like an RC Pro 2,
Oh, yeah.
don't spend the $1,200. Don't waste your fucking money.
1,500 here.
They never freaking updated that for compatibility. Fuck them. That was the dumbest piece of money I ever spent on DJI, was that fucking RC Pro.
Yeah.
And especially now that the RC2, it's got the external antennas on it,
Hmm.
the Pro ain't that much better.
Yeah, but the Pro you can side load, whereas the RC2 you can't.
You know, honestly, I'd
What?
rather have the RC1 N2 or whatever the hell it is, and just stick my fucking triple tech on it. It's brighter and bigger.
Sensors are clean.
So, and ironically, the RC1 N2 had better range than the RC. Probably better than the RC Pro too. Ironically. But I won't make that mistake again. I can take their RC Pro and keep it in China.
I'm not gonna buy one. I do like the original Nevada. It's just fun to fly.
Okay.
I like either one of them.
Well, the Commerce Department may be about to mess up the FPV world too.
Oh, really?
They're not talking about
Way to
just
get you.
they're not just talking about banning the drones. They're talking about banning all the electronics. So flight controllers, GPSs, ERLRS, crossfire electronics.
But I need to give up.
Yeah, no, you just need to move to Australia.
What I don't get is the problem's not really the hardware. It's really not. The problem is the software.
Yeah.
Which is why the bigger drones are the problem, because you got to use the DJI Fly app to fly them. The bigger security risk by a wide margin is the software. Wide margin. If they do, they do. I got half an FPV store in my box over here anyways. I'll just buy more parts. I'll be good. I'll be good until all the FPV guys move their manufacturing someplace else. Which they'll probably do just like DJI did, move it to Malaysia. With that whole what the hell was that drone? Two of them.
I know
Yes,
which one you're talking about.
Justin.
Cloud, what's up?
So,
Oh, Justin's here.
Zuck, Justin, Zuck.
Hey, Lloyd, you see the new Prime Minister for Canada?
I did see a guy talking. Is he the new prime minister or?
I think he's taking over a running, but dude sounds
Yeah.
like a Canadian version of Trump.
Yeah. Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I did see his part of his press conference. He was,
He sounds, dude, everything the dude was saying sounded good to me. I thought it was Canadian.
yeah. Well, the
Canada
problem
great
is the actual prime minister, Trudeau, resigned from the head of his party, but he has not resigned from being the prime minister, and he has to, or he is, and there's a couple coalitions there trying to put you know, a government together illegally. It should be going before a vote, but
Hmm.
or it should go to the governor
Okay.
general first, and then they should call for a vote. But they're,
Jim's
Trudeau's,
saying not till he's voted in. Okay.
yeah,
I'm just saying,
Yeah,
if I
they've
was
got strange
Canadian, I'd vote
politics.
for the dude. I listened to his whole, I
Yeah.
listened to 4 or 5 of his videos, and the dude sounds like common sense.
oh yeah, he definitely got it together, and and that's his argument. He says, he says, after Donald Trump said Canada could be the 51st state, he says, and I know it was partway in jest, but it was also a point that he was trying to put. He says, until we get a government working, which means we got to get rid of the prime minister instead of hiding under his desk, needs to resign. And then we can go to the governor general, call for an election, and hopefully be able to present something viable and decent to Donald Trump as far as trade and stuff
Right.
goes.
Well, he wasn't even blaming, he blamed Trudeau for the fucking tariffs too. The tariff
Yeah.
threats. He didn't even blame Trump for that. He said that
Yeah.
was
Obviously.
Trudeau's fault.
Yeah, it's obviously Trudeau.
Ranger just come walking in, and he's been out in the snow playing. He just went down the side of me and just got my whole arm wet.
There's
He's
an easy,
he's a big dog.
He is. Yeah, he's a big one.
there's an easy answer why all the politicians hate Trump. And I've told many people this. He was a business guy who had to grease all of their palms everywhere to build all those damn buildings. He knows where all the damn skeletons are, and he doesn't want to play their fucking game.
Yeah. And that's true.
And because he doesn't want to play the game the way the two parties have sort of negotiated between themselves about here's
Right.
how we're going to play the game, and he doesn't play it that way, that's a large majority of why a lot of those politicians do not like him.
Well,
it's
he
all-
said, I'll trade Canada for California.
yeah.
Article laid down.
But then again, I voted for Ross Perot, so I've always thought we needed more of a business guy running the damn
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
definitely agree with that.
than freaking politicians.
Like I said, let's just listen to that guy's 4 or 5 videos I watched.
Right.
And if I was Canadian, I'd have voted for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely on the right track, and he's probably going to be the next prime minister once he
I
can
hope
get all
so.
these guys to pull their heads out and do their job like they're supposed to.
Now, the
Right
only
now-
2 things I didn't hear that I wish he would have spoke on that I didn't hear him say anything about is the freedom of speech shit and giving their gun rights back to them. That's the 2 things I would like to see.
Yeah.
Because their freedom of speech is slowly getting stripped away, just like in the UK.
Yep.
And here,
Yep,
And
and in Australia is
yeah.
dealing with that as well.
but I don't think you'll ever get gun rights back here.
No, you
No,
guys
but
are too entrenched.
That'll never happen.
No, but
Yeah.
Canada's like literally, part of North America. So
Yeah,
with us being that close, leaning enough pressure, maybe we can get their rights back for them. Because
yeah.
I think it's absolute bullshit.
Oh, come on. How much of Canada is rural? 98%?
80%. I would have said 80%.
Oh, it's a lot more than that.
They're just like Australia. Most of their population hugs a certain part of the country.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Exactly like Australia. I mean, even the
14
U.S. technically, if you look at the major 80% of the U.S. population lives near the coastlines.
Right.
Yeah.
A lot of Midwest states, some of them don't even have 1 million residents through the whole state.
Yeah. 86% of Australians live on 14% of their land. Think of that.
It's like 90% live within 30 miles of the ocean in Australia.
And I think
Actually,
it's what,
it's probably higher than that.
and I want to say it's 80% of the total world's population lives near water.
But Canada, 70% of the population of Canada is south of Seattle, which means it's mostly in southern Ontario.
Well, it's the southern
Toronto.
border, northern border for U.S., southern border for them.
But
Well,
Toronto in that area.
they
That's
got a
where
lot of
most
untapped resources.
and they got resources they don't know they have because they haven't been there to find them.
Exactly.
It's under the frozen tundra someplace. Oh, damn.
I hope Dre isn't having any issues with that, with the,
No.
Oh,
He's
they got
not.
Yeah,
good-
the scary part is, obviously the ashes are flying around and which is how they ended up with that fire in Hollywood.
Dre's about 30 minutes to an hour away, but that's not very far.
He's in San Bernardino, right?
In San Bernardino County, yeah.
Yeah.
But that
okay.
county is fucking huge.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
I
It
lived
could
out
take
there
you
in that
3,
area.
4 hours to drive from one side of it to the other. That's a big ass county.
I lived up in Victorville, which was like part of Bear Valley, and
Right next
it's
to
a high
Apple
desert.
Valley.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a high.
I spent a lot of time in Victorville because that wasn't far from where I lived. It was about 20, 30 miles.
When
Yeah,
you
I'm
lived there, Lloyd?
God, 79 to 80. I was stationed there just
Oh.
before I got out.
Yeah, I lived in Anachrome, 96 to 99,
Okay.
and almost moved to Victorville.
I was so glad to get out of California. I didn't care. I wish it would just had an earthquake right after I'd crossed the border and fallen off into the sea. I couldn't stand that place. And
Well,
just,
I liked it to a degree,
oh yeah, there were, yeah,
you know,
but yeah,
but
I
you
was
figure back in 96, 97, 98, and 99, it was completely different.
yeah.
Dude,
Well, I
like
lived-
Victorville and Apple Valley used to be especially Apple Valley used to be a really nice area. Now it's like one of the most dangerous areas.
Yeah, I'll say Apple Valley was a decent area. I actually went to the Apple Valley College there for a while I was in the service.
Well,
Took a couple-
Victorville had its bad spots, but it wasn't that bad back in the day.
No,
Like you could go to the mall and stuff and hang out all day with no issues or anything. But that area has gotten real bad.
Yeah, isn't
Well,
Victorville where they have the plain boneyard?
no, that's in Tucson, the Plain
Oh,
Boneyard.
okay.
That's
Yeah.
Tucson,
I thought
Arizona.
it
Yeah.
was Victorville.
Nope.
Okay.
No,
Not that I
because
know of. They may have one out there somewhere. but
they
I
may
don't know.
have
'Cause
one there, but they didn't when I was there. I was George Air Force Base, and it's shut
Well,
down
okay.
now. So
No, I've only saw that because I heard Victorville housed a couple of the Qantas A380s during COVID. That's where they
Oh, it
stored
might
them.
be a private. It might not be
Hmm.
a military one. It might be one with like a bunch of like
yeah,
airliners.
because the military one was at Davis Monthan because
Yeah.
because I used to down in Tucson because sometimes we'd have to go out to the boneyard and cannibalize some of the aircraft to
Yeah, I think they've got multiple boneyards.
yeah
I
to
think
get the
most of them are. I think this one is more commercial rather than military.
right. Yeah, I
Because
think
I
it
know
is.
that they've had, I know
Yeah,
they've had some A380s, Qantas A380s there.
Right. Yeah. American Airlines and a few of those have their, that's, yeah, you're right about that. I forgot all about that, but yeah,
Yeah, because
that's civilian. Yeah.
yeah, civilian. Because they bring them back and then they send them to LAX
Mm-hmm.
and then LAX to Sydney or Melbourne.
Yeah.
They
Any
had,
of those
80.
desert places are good for storing, if they,
Mm.
they, seal them off right and everything. And,
Yeah.
but yeah, we used to go out to the boneyard every so often and cannibalize certain parts that we needed. It was during, God rest his soul, Jimmy Carter's era, and we didn't have any. There wasn't any money in the budget to get new parts, so we were having to fix these aircraft with, baling wire and chewing gum half the time.
Yeah. I think it's more of an airplane storage rather than a boneyard.
Yeah. Well, no, they probably prepare them the same way. I know
Yeah.
American Airlines has a lot of planes out there because we have an American Airlines repair depot here in Oklahoma, in Tulsa,
Mhm.
and they'll fly them sometimes from here, or they'll fly them from there, get them airworthy, and then fly them back up here to get them completely rebuilt.
Hey, Lloyd,
Mm.
when you were in the service, did you get a chance to go to the airplane boneyard to see that mess, or?
Oh yeah, yeah,
I hear it's something to see.
oh, it is, yeah, because that's what I was saying. So during Jimmy Carter's time, we didn't have a budget to work with because he'd cut the military spending. So we'd actually go out there and crawl up in some of them old planes because some of the wire bundles were the same thing we were using. And
Yeah.
we just cannibalized them out of. There's one B-24 that we grabbed some parts out of. I used to have a clock I pulled out of there as a souvenir. But yeah, it's neat to go out there and see up close.
That's what I've
Dominic
heard,
was
'cause
right.
The average person can't
Yeah.
go out there, but yeah.
The Victorville Boneyard is an aircraft storage facility located in Southern California. It's the world's largest airliner boneyard. So yeah,
Yeah, it's an airline.
Private.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I think they're stored at the old George Air Force Base. That's what they did. They sold the Air Force Base
I
to
think it was.
Victorville and turned it into a storage facility for aircraft because they had a runway they could land them on. So,
Mm.
so chances
Yeah,
are
I've
that's
never seen
And then
it.
they
So
prepare them.
that's,
I've seen
Yes,
a
I
couple of videos on it. I looked it
Yeah.
up after they were talking about bringing the A380s out of storage, and
as
watched it on Flight Radar 24. And
right.
you
Yeah,
could
as
see
much
them
time as I
leaving there
spent
for
in Victorville.
LAX.
yeah, as much
they go
time as
from-
I spent there growing up, I never saw it. So it must be like on the outskirts of the city.
Well, it could be late, doesn't have to be,
Well, I
30,
spent
40
a
years
lot of
ago. It might have
time.
been just something,
No, it's been there
could
a
be something
while.
new. Oh, okay.
It's just
I must look it up.
I haven't. There's currently 500 aircraft there.
Security there is gonna be pretty tight too.
Mm-hmm. It is, yeah. Yeah, even those of us that were
Working on them.
yeah, we had to have, you better have a work order number when you went out there and showing that you were coming out there to get parts because they got pretty they were pretty strict. I mean, yeah, but everybody went out there. If you were stationed there, everybody went out there at least once, just to, yeah, I'll make a run out there, and about 7 or 8 people jump in the truck with you.
How many checkpoints did you have to get through?
Now, you only had to get through the main one, but you had to,
Have to work hard, probably.
yeah, you had to have clearance to get in there. But yeah, they had perimeter
Oh,
checkpoints
way out
too.
of ways.
Yeah.
Well, if they're using them for parts, yeah, they got to keep a catalog and
Oh
inventory.
yeah, you gotta really you gotta have a reason to be there. Just they're not real.
Hello, Andrew.
The one plane you won't find there
What's that?
because we
I
chopped
gotta-
them all. We chopped them all up.
I've got to drop off. I've got another call.
Okay,
so
Dominic.
All right,
see ya.
tell you
Bye-bye.
real high.
Yeah.
What plane did they chop up?
The F-14, because the Iranians had some. We wanted to make sure that they couldn't get any spare parts.
Oh yeah,
So at the end, we chopped our F-14s up instead of sitting them out there so that nobody could steal the parts and funnel them
Right.
back to Iran.
idiot dog. Go out and play in the snow, you fool.
Because we sold those F-14s to the Shah.
Going
Yeah,
on?
they're still using them to this day too.
Yep.
I'll be jumping off too.
'Cause there's that famous story of the F-22 getting up beside the 2 F-4s. And they didn't even know
Yeah.
he was there, and he told them to get the hell out of there. So you might want
Yeah.
to go home.
Hey, I'll
Yeah,
see
love
y'all in the morning. I'm gonna jump off too because I'm gonna head on that way.
Okay, Joe, take
right, Joe.
care.
Later, Joe.
That way I'll be
See you
there
tomorrow.
for that game I'll make money on.
There you go.
All right, somebody boot him.
Ah, so long goodbye.
I may put my race wire on one of my drones tonight.
So what's going on, Hot Rod?
Mm. Well, that big orange thing in the sky doesn't seem to be warming quite so well. Can you go fix it?
Big orange. The sun?
Uh-huh. Can you go fix it? It's a little cold here. The sun
Well,
doesn't seem to
I'm
be
getting
working
snow.
quite right.
Andrew's getting snow.
Where you at, Andrew?
South
South
Carolina, right?
Carolina.
Andrew,
Oh.
where you live?
I think he's near the border.
Upstate South Carolina, near the Georgia North Carolina border.
And you're
Okay.
getting snow.
Yep.
Yeah, I believe it.
Well, we're definitely getting snow here.
Well, I see the one thing that didn't come out today.
The mayor of Los Angeles.
I don't see. I don't see any of the new binding flies. With 04 air units. Mm. Where the hell was that one?
Oh, wow.
Is that an ad that I saw? It had the iFlight something or other on it.
Oh, one of the bus drivers, I traded him that old Ryzen 5 3400G I had
Mm-hmm.
for a nice like $80 iFixit kit. He traded me straight up for it. He had two of them, and he was like, "I don't even use one of them." He goes, "I'll trade you." I said, "All right." So he brought it to me today.
I will be back in just a few minutes.
And it's a nice little kit too.
So, Justin, you get anything good for Christmas?
Mainly for the kids.
Do you
Got
buy
some-
something for yourself?
I mean, yeah, me and Sarah got stuff for ourselves, but I got a set of tools I ended up getting for free because FedEx fucked up. So I ordered it from Walmart. It was supposed to be 2-day shipping, and I got it within the 2 days. But then, like, 4 or 5 days after that, apparently Walmart never got an update. Thought FedEx didn't deliver it, so they refunded me the money. And then in the email, they said if I received it, I could keep it. I never contacted Walmart. They did that shit on their own. I give it to Walmart. They
Wow.
were being proactive, so but FedEx never updated their system to tell them where the package was at, so they thought it never got delivered when I got it on time. So
Hey, at
it
least you
was
got
crazy.
it.
It was a 6.5-inch circular saw, a 1/2-inch drill, and a floodlight. It was the Hart brand, and it's originally $159 for the whole set. But Walmart had a $50 or $100 off coupon, so I bought it for $59 and ended up getting the $59 back. So I ended up getting them for free. And it came with a 2 amp-hour battery, 2 amp-hour battery, and a charger, a fast charger for it. And I've already used the saw a couple of times.
You like it?
Mm-hmm.
So Andrew, how was Christmas for you? Good?
Oh, yeah. A lot of fun. Got a new pistol.
You got a new pistol?
Justin. You
What?
there, Justin?
What?
What do you think of SIGs?
SIGs.
6 hours.
6 hour.
It's
I don't
a
know what that-
handgun, Justin.
I don't know. I don't know what that is.
I thought you did because your dad served in the military and all that.
My dad was in the Navy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean they know anything about guns.
No,
Yeah.
but I mean, he didn't have like an issued firearm
Right.
when he was in there. He was only in there for 6 years.
Oh,
And then
I
he
thought
got, No, then he became a he became a captain for the fire department for the military, for the Marine base, and he was there for like 30 years, and then they credited his 6 years of service to that. So he ended up retiring with 36 years.
Nice. It's pretty
So-
cool.
Because technically he was a civilian when he was a captain for the Marine base fire department. They were all civilians. But he got the 6 years
And,
credited towards his retirement.
Let me
So-
unplug this.
And then I had two uncles that were in the Navy with him. And they actually served, both of them served in the Navy and the Army. They did like, I think those two did 6 years in the Navy, and then they, I think, did 4 years each in the Army. So they actually served in two branches.
Nice. Yeah, my grandfather was in the army for about 2 years as a civilian.
Oh, he's a contractor.
He worked up at Fort Drum in central New York.
Yeah, he was probably a contractor.
But speaking of technology, Justin, what do you think of solar chargers?
I don't know. I'll use them.
Like for cell phones and that?
I honestly, for something like that, unless you're out camping or something, I think that's kind of useless. Unless you're
Mm.
somebody that's a lot outdoors a lot.
Yeah. Got just in
Like-
case power goes out for quite a few days.
I guess if you're in that situation, yeah, but I wouldn't buy it because I probably would never get any use out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I got a nice little 10,000 milliamp Anchor one that I carry around with me. It's like half the size of my phone, and that thing's and it's a fast charger up to 25 watts.
There are some that are 48,000 amps or watts.
You mean
48,000.
milliamps?
Yeah, 48,000.
Yeah, those are big ones there.
Well,
This
Well,
one I
this-
can charge my phone off 3 times. And
well,
it's
look at the
really
size of
just
this one. This one's
yeah,
48,000.
mine's literally a quarter of that size. But it's
Well, you're-
an Anchor brand, and it's really just to keep in my backpack for if I forget to charge my phone and I need to charge
Well-
my phone on the bus.
Well, yours is likely the size of this,
Oh,
like a
it's
deck of
smaller than that.
cards. Smaller?
Than that.
Wow.
It's thicker but smaller.
Wow. I guess mine is
Yeah.
that old.
I bought a new one because I had a bunch of battery packs, but they were all like really old ones that only charged at like, what was it? The 5.4 volts or whatever. It was only
Oh.
a couple amps. And those aren't enough to charge the newer phones. Newer phones need like 18 watts minimum to get a
Oh.
good charge. Otherwise, you'll have it plugged up to your charger and it'll be going dead faster than you're charging it if you're using
Oh,
it.
yeah. So, how's the
There.
holidays?
Like
Go ahead,
my
Justin.
phone, if I don't have it hooked up to at least a minimum 18, it will either take forever to charge or it will die quicker than I'm using it or than
Yeah.
it can charge. It has to be at least 18 because if I hook it to 18, it will say fast charging. And then if I hook it to the full 25 watts, what it's rated for, it says super fast charging. So it
'Cause
gives
you
you two
have-
different ratings.
Yours is the Galaxy 24?
No, 22.
22?
But if I hook this up to like an old school charging brick that you would have got 5-6 years ago, it will literally tell me it will take like 4 or 5 hours to charge. And I can't touch it while it's charging. Like it will just take that long to charge.
For some reason, my
ridiculous.
iPhone supercharges with the old square 12-volt brick that Apple gives you.
Shit, some of these new phones I've been seeing, they're coming out with 100-watt charging now.
But they're big. They're big bricks.
Not really.
I looked at a couple of them and they were twice as thick as, they were almost as,
Yeah, but what I'm saying is your phone can charge on 100 watts. Dude, your phone can go from like 0 to 80% in like 25 minutes.
Yeah.
20, 25 minutes. That's quick.
I have a fast charging wireless charger, but the magnet on the back of the phone doesn't work with the magnet on the charger.
Oh, what's the
It's a
hell
knife.
the name of? There's a new gaming phone out. I can't
Oh,
remember what
it's
the hell the name of it is, the brand that makes them. But
it's this small old USB-A chargers. 12
but
volt.
this new gaming phone charges at 100 watts, and it can charge from 0 to 80%. I think in like 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Really quick.
Wow. That's fast.
Oh yeah, eventually, dude, it's gonna be you plug your phone in, 5 minutes later, it'll be fully charged. They'll get to that point.
Because I saw a device that was like the size of a file cabinet. Not cabinet, but small, like a shoebox. You put your phone in the center, and like less than 3 minutes, it's fully charged.
Cell phones used to be like them RC batteries. Fucking plug it in, it'd take like 10 hours to charge the
Yeah.
damn thing. You get like 20 minutes of use out of it. Remember
Lloyd,
those back in the day, Lloyd? Get a new
You what?
RC car. You get a new RC car with one battery pack. Fucking
Yep.
12 hours later, and you get like 5 minutes of playtime with it.
Yeah. When we started racing back in the 90s,
oh,
those were NiCad batteries, and you had to have about 4 batteries, or well, more than that. The more batteries you had, the better off you were, because you run a 3-minute heat, and you better have plenty of battery backup, and plus you had a charger, that, or 1 or 2 chargers, so you could charge more than one at a time, as many. And so, yeah, you were constantly sitting around waiting for your batteries to charge up and hoping that the next heat that you were in, because we were doing stock car on dirt track RC racing, and you're hoping if you're smart, you charged all your batteries the night before, and then they were ready to go. It's before they came up with LiPo batteries, and but yeah, Judy and I used to go and spend at least $300 every month. As soon as I got paid, we'd go down to the hobby shop buying more batteries, tires, and chargers, and you try to get as fast a charger
so
as you could.
you buy a quarter of a car then, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well,
had as much-
I was talking about like back when you were a kid. Well, back when I was a kid, but your parents would go to Walmart or something, get you a little new bright RC car, came with one battery pack.
Right,
And that
right.
bitch would take like 10 hours to charge, and you get maybe, if you were lucky, 15 minutes out of it.
Yeah.
And that was,
Back when I was a kid, the only batteries that they might have in them would be AA's. They didn't have
Well,
rechargeable.
we
stuff
still
like that.
we still got double A's.
Well, that's what I'm saying though. That's all we had back then.
They're-
We had not AA's. They were usually D batteries, and
Oh,
for for the trucks, and there weren't that many. Most of them most of them were propelled by us pushing them. We didn't.
see, I've been wanting that monitor since it came out. That was the one that Linus Tech, him and his
Wow.
buddy got on it, and they fucking pulled the shit out of it trying to see if they could break it, and they couldn't get it to break. It's a Corsair bendable curved monitor, but you can adjust the bend on it, how much you want the curvature on it.
Oh
so
yeah.
So it's slightly curved, but you can customize the curve on it?
Yeah, it has 2 handles on the end of it. You push a button, and then you
Wow.
can adjust how much you want the curvature to be.
It
It's a
sounds like
nice
some.
monitor.
I think it was Lenovo that just launched that laptop that's got the foldable screen.
Really?
Yep.
Oh wow,
I-
I didn't see that.
I heard Apple is still working on the foldable phone.
So what is it like?
Paper.
Fold up and then fold 2 halves out or something?
Roll.
Like a big
It's-
ass
It's rollable.
rollable.
I
Like
heard
a
it's
roll
like,
of paper towels. Like a roll of paper towels and roll it out.
What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
They can do
roll
some
it up.
interesting thing with plastics now. I mean, look at the foldable phones.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not like they can't get the
It-
plastic to bend.
Apple's been working on a foldable iPhone for what, 10 years?
Which is
Yeah,
kind
I
of
don't
sad
know.
because Samsung and Motorola already have one.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
look at that link, Lloyd too. That monitor. What I like about it is all the buttons and everything, and the USB
Right.
ports are all right on the front where the
Yeah,
stand is.
yeah.
But the only thing I don't like about it though is I don't. As long as you can take those feet off if you want to put it on an actual like monitor,
Yeah,
you know, your own monitor like arm or something.
yeah,
that'd
your
be
own
good.
mount. Yeah.
Because I don't like having monitors on my desk. I like them having them off my desk. I got a 2-arm monitor mount that holds both my monitors up.
Well, speaking of CES, did anybody see the new Honda electric vehicles that were debuted?
Yeah.
Donald. He said every phone is foldable if you don't need to use it again.
Yeah, yeah.
There you go.
Lenovo's
Uh,
rollable laptop.
Yep.
Rod, does that not look like the screen look like a large iPad on top of a keyboard?
Rollable screens are going to be a thing. Tablets are going to be rollable, and you just roll
Oh,
the
wow,
screen.
that's crazy.
You roll it into a round
What?
thing that you can stick in your bag or whatever for transportability, and then you just like
3,500?
pull it out.
Uh,
Then you just pull it out.
Man, that thing better have some
No.
good specs in it for $3,500 because I ain't paying that
Yeah.
much for a screen.
Rod, you could buy two
Look
of
at
my
look at
computer-
it.
I said it better have a dedicated
Yeah, look at
graphics
the
card and
video
everything
there.
in it.
So can you also flip it so it's not so instead of
I
vertical,
don't know.
it's horizontal?
I don't know. No, probably not. It's rolling into the laptop, but it's rolled up. It's rolled
Yeah.
up like a paper towels.
But
I don't know if
what-
I'd want to be an early adopter to that though.
But Rod, what are your thoughts on the durability of this new screen on this new laptop?
Well, you're not going
I'm
to know till
sure
it gets
they've
out to the
done
public.
lots of testing on that.
Yeah. They have probably sat there and raised that thing up and down about
500,000
2,000 times.
times.
Yeah, exactly.
Because remember
Yeah,
the
but at the same time though, it's going to be like the Samsung foldables.
yes.
The first couple months it's out, that's when everybody's going to find all the little bullshit
Yep.
that's fucked up on it. And if they stick with it and keep putting out new iterations of it and working on it, see, that's where companies go kind of crap these days, is they'll come up with a cool design like that, but then the first iteration doesn't work and then they give up. See, that's where I do give it to Samsung with the foldable phones. They've stuck with it, and each generation they've gotten a little bit better. They've learned from their mistakes of the previous, you know.
Yeah, I got.
By the
yeah,
way,
I-
TVs are going to start doing this too.
I like my
I think they
TVs.
showed one off last year.
I
that
hope
would
they
be
stick
cool.
with it.
That would be cool because you could put it up, like, put it in a bar on it, like a pull down screen,
Mm-hmm.
put it up in the ceiling and just have it come down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do. Yeah, exactly.
Well, I like my TVs like this, standing there on. Whoops.
Yeah, but you're using an entertainment center. I mean, to be
talking
honest
about
with
a
you, I haven't
TV,
seen
Rod?
an entertainment center in a long time.
What was that,
Well-
Lance?
You talking about a TV?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was talking about a laptop, but they showed
Oh.
a TV off last year. I
I
think
think
at
it's last
CES
year. Yeah.
that was rollable.
Yeah, Samsung or LG had that a few years ago as a concept idea, didn't they?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think Samsung is. I want to say Samsung's had that around for a while. They just have never actually sold it.
it's just the
Yeah,
materials. Just getting the materials
I-
right.
I can see that, Jim, but I'm not sure how close. I don't think they're close yet. For
Well, like I said,
holographs coming to
it's
computers.
good when companies stick to a project and don't abandon it so quick, because a lot of companies will
Right.
abandon projects very quickly
So
and they don't give time to really perfect it.
if I'm not mistaken, I think you need a correct screen in order to have a holographic display on a computer, correct, Rob?
At the
Hmm?
moment, yes.
Hmm.
You need the correct display in order to use a holographic display on your computer.
Mm-hmm.
So do you see holographics quickly coming to computers yet?
Mm. Mm-mm. Not yet.
No, because it would have to be so good to the point where you couldn't see through it. Because
No, the reality is holographic. This is what all those headsets were about. And I got news for Apple. I think Apple's going to find out the same thing we did with HoloLens. The technology doesn't exist yet to actually make it affordable and last
Oh,
long
but-
enough to be worth
Apple
doing.
already gave up on their goggles.
Already?
Yeah, like a month,
Yeah.
like I was it
It's-
a couple weeks ago, they announced that they weren't supporting them anymore.
God, I missed that one.
Apple did that?
Yeah, because they were
Yeah.
talking about one of the tech channels covered it, one of the big guys, and they were talking about how they people spent like 3, 4, 5, 6 grand on depending on what model they had, and Apple's kind of given up on it because I guess it's
They
just
only
too
made
much.
like 100,000. They didn't even sell them all.
Well, they were so
LG.
darn expensive.
Yep.
Well, their little mini store for the device, it was not big at all.
It's not that. It's literally the physical characteristics of it. The answer is one, it's too goddamn big on your head. Two, the battery doesn't last. So unless you're going to be connected to a desktop, if you get an hour and a half, you might be lucky.
Was on what?
Well,
Like a
So-
headset, entertainment headset.
Yeah. So the battery, we don't have the battery tech to give it enough power. We don't have small enough electronics to actually make the thing comfortable in your head without being a 20-pound weight.
Wh-
and the other problem too they had was the original
Ooh.
straps that came with them.
Uh,
People were
Rod?
complaining they were uncomfortable,
Look
Uh,
and they
look
wanted
at
to charge
Lloyd.
another couple $100 for a different
Yeah,
strap.
let me tell you, it's heavy. But I had
oh
I
yeah,
had to buy
that's
this
that's the
yeah.
MetaQuest.
MetaQuest
yeah,
3. Yeah.
OcuQuest,
Yeah, Oculus, yeah, it's the same thing.
Oculus. Yeah,
Meta
You-
bought out Oculus, so they're all the same now.
yeah.
So
But
do
but
you
I
like
had to
it,
buy
Lloyd?
this headset because I wear glasses, and I have to wear my glasses until I get around to getting some prescription.
But that's VR, not AR.
Yeah, that's a VR. Yeah.
AR, you can see the world around you, and that's where the holographic was going to come into play. Is
Mhm.
with AR, they can project things on the screen that makes it look 3D in your own room.
Well, this right here, that's what these are. These are cameras, lenses, and they
Yeah.
take your surrounding. They take in your surrounding, and like we were playing a game the other day where you look through and they map out your house, right?
Mhm.
Then you look, or the room you're in. Then all of a sudden, this game, there was a hole in my ceiling up there, and a spaceship came down and started popping out stuff, and you're shooting at these damn things, and they're, one of them was, it was freaky when it crawled up my leg. I'm telling you, and that was, it just, but yeah, they're to that point, but they're like you said, they still got a ways to go before they're ready
It's
to do
got a
full,
long ways to go.
long way to
That's
go
why
before they can do
It-
holographic.
that's why we drop HoloLens, at least for consumers.
Yeah.
Lloyd, you mean it's not ready for its Hollywood debut?
Well, I don't know. It's pretty damn good. I'll give it that much. It's because I mean it's in 4K, but it's just a little bulky for what for. But I mean, I can sit there and put it on. I can watch any movie I want on it, and but it's just like watching it on a big screen TV. But when you get into the immersion uh, VR, that's when it gets really awesome. I mean, it is really good.
I mean,
Uh,
you can stream Wi-Fi to the
oh yeah,
Goggles
yeah,
3.
yeah. I go.
I've never actually tried it.
Yeah, I've actually got my Wi-Fi hooked up to that so I can connect to any of my, like I have my YouTube in there, and if you have one of those and you go in with your VR on YouTube, they actually have a section there for 360, and I was actually literally sitting on this guy's head because he filmed it. He had his 3D camera on his helmet when he filmed all this,
Ooh.
and you're walking along with him. You look down, you can see you're on top of the guy's head. You can see his shadow over here. It's and it is.
No, I'm saying you can watch TV on your DJI goggles.
Oh,
The
not on the
goggles
goggles. Yeah, I haven't tried that.
the goggles 3 has the Wi-Fi streaming.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cool.
I've never hooked it up
I've
either.
never tried it, and I've never actually heard anybody really talk about it, but the features are there.
The features are there. I thought you were referring to the Oculus. Yeah.
No, I know what you can do with Oculus.
What do
But-
you think, Lance?
So the Goggles 3 for the Avata 2 can stream TV.
Yeah, you can stream to it. It has Wi-Fi streaming.
Okay, I'm gonna look into that.
Like I said, I've never actually heard of anybody even tried it, but it's there.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool.
Well, you know how you can take your phone or tablet and do wireless connection?
Yeah.
I think it's something like that built into the goggles is what it is.
Oh, that's
Okay.
cool.
But like I said, I've literally never heard of anybody ever trying it.
Yeah, you would think someone would have done a review by now, but
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like those external cameras. If they were actually worth a crap, you'd think more people would talk about them. What do you never hear anybody talk about? The fact that you can double tap your goggles and look in front of you.
yeah,
Let's go.
yeah, I don't. They
It's
need
about
to be able to
useless.
first, and it would be useful.
Come on.
Where is that, Paul?
Where does somebody always walk up to you when you're flying?
Behind you.
Behind you or to your side.
Right.
So
yeah, exactly.
a camera that looks straight forward is of almost no use.
So, do we think DJI or somebody will come out with a camera on the drone? It will have a 360 view.
I wish they would.
It'd be nice.
Are
But
we
I can connect my Insta360. I can put my Insta360 on the drone and fly around. So,
Are
Yeah, I
we
do that all the time.
Ooh, Rod, look
it
at
was one of the
Paul's
reasons I
hat.
like the Sphere. I have the
Paul-
Sphere. Not that I've used
Paul,
it.
you're muted.
Yeah, and I have the Sphere as well. I love this Sphere.
What do you
It's a
think,
nice
That's
Paul?
why
device.
That's
do you
why
think
I'll
my
never
hat,
get rid of
Rod?
my
Oh yeah, I
ear
saw it
defect.
yesterday when Joe was helping you. Yeah, they're interesting.
Paul Murray and friends.
A good Christmas
Nice.
present.
Cool, Jim.
I can see Lloyd with a hat like that.
What? Let me see. Oh, like yours? Yeah.
You know, the sad thing is, well, not sad, the neat part of it is, this is cheap. I think I got it for like $30
Yeah.
delivered.
Yeah, Jim. Jim, you're right. They're waiting to catch up. They're getting behind. But I mean, who can beat them? Right, Rod?
Mm-hmm.
Rod looks like he's gonna fall asleep.
Probably.
Are you just tired or deep in thought about something?
I think he's
deep in
bored.
thought.
He's-
Deep in thought. Reading something at the moment. So
He's deep in thought about whether he wants to go take a nap.
I thought you were
Mhm.
deep in thought about, is the weather going to be sunny tomorrow?
It's gonna be 70 here tomorrow.
Why?
And then I don't know here. Let me look at the 10-day or instead of the
Just-
hourly.
Oh, go ahead, Lance.
Do you even fly your Avata anymore, Rod?
Once in a blue moon.
And
It's
you do
about
not
to
have the
it's
two.
about to get a bunch of use.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to train somebody how to fly it.
And you don't fly the Avata 2, is that correct?
I haven't flown it for a while.
Oh, so
I
you
d-
do have it. I didn't know you did.
Yeah, I have it.
Okay.
It's a great one. Like when I'm like just bored killing time and just need to do something, it's nice to break it out and just whip it around. Because with the motion controller, you don't have to think about it. It's flying itself. You're just pointing it.
Well, as we were talking about the 360, Jim said next Thursday, Insta launch another camera. It's from Insta 360.
Yeah, DJI is supposed to release a 360 camera. They got one coming.
Is that the
65 here tomorrow, apparently. 59 on Saturday. 58 on
So what's-
Sunday. Ugh.
is it a new model of what they already have, the action camera?
Yeah, but it's gonna be a 360. So, I don't know.
The DJI is coming out with a 360?
Yeah,
All right.
About time.
I like
I
my,
think-
I like my X3. I don't have the X4. I got the X3. I like it. It's a nice camera.
Will
I
the Osmo Action 3 become a 360? The little one?
Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I think there's like an Osmo Nano or something like that, and the 360. There's like two cameras coming from DJI. Is what I read. So,
That's cool, Jim.
and
So did
Lance,
you get
I like my Avatas for training new people.
Yeah.
I will, and that's why I keep my Avata 1 around. Because I can put anybody in that thing and hand them the motion controller and off they go.
Yep. Yeah, and the Avata
Actually, the
1
first thing I do is I don't even give them the goggles. I give them the drone and the motion controller and teach them how to move the thing around with the motion controller. And then after they've done kind of one battery that way, then stick them in the goggles. Then they have a blast and then they're sold.
just tell them one note. Watch out for that pole and watch out for that tree.
You know where the Avata is great? There's lots of places the Avata is great, but the only one that always sticks into my mind, playgrounds. In and
Yes.
out and under playgrounds.
Yep.
Oh my God, the Avata is just a freaking blast at a playground.
Yeah.
Kick in the pants.
Photo
100%.
Rodney
What's up,
Bell
Joe?
came by here.
Better than the Avata 2 in that, I think, in the playground area. Because it's more, doesn't get blown around as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It was Michael Wright. He came out here, I don't know, a year ago, so ago before, well, it's been 2 years now. And, it was like 100 and some odd degrees, and we went over to a park that I like to fly at because they got a playground there and there's nobody there. So we just went down into, and they have, they didn't have them turned on, but they have these sprinkler systems that they for the kids to play in the water in, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And of course they were shut off, and there was all sorts of different types of things to fly in through that. And you know, it's like you said, there's all sorts of things. And we were both flying the Avata 1 at the time.
Things like that are just a fucking blast with the
Yeah.
Avata.
Yeah.
It's just nothing but pure fun.
And Michael Wright is really good, especially at flying low. Michael
yeah.
can, he does an awesome job. You know, his videos, and he's going 100 miles an hour, about 3 inches off the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, come
Yeah.
on. I need to take him on.
Hey, Andrew, there's a big one.
I mean, look
These
at BMAX
1,000-footer.
competition and the video that I did for that.
Oh, the ship?
Yep,
That's a nice ship.
it's a big one.
Yeah, it is.
Is
I
that one of the bigger ones you've shot there, Paul?
Yeah, that's the 1,000-footers are the biggest ones on the lakes.
So is that bigger than the Fitzgerald?
No, they're all about the same size. They're within a couple of feet of each other. You know, might be 1,120 versus 1,110. You know.
Anyways, I'm fearless with my Avata with the motion controller. I will take that thing, put it on sports mode, pull the damn trigger all the way, and just freaking go.
Yeah.
Or
When Michael was here, we were both trying to go through this small ring, and it was you had to go through one and come up to the other and go through, and we both ended up doing the walk of shame a couple of times but I will say the Avata one, because the two wasn't out yet, but the Avata one, man, it bounced, and just
Oh
went
yeah,
over
yeah,
the
yeah. That's the
button.
great
Yeah.
part about it. That thing's hard
It's a
enough you
tough
can
little
bounce
son
it
of a
off a
gun, yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
That's why-
solid. Yep.
That's why it's good for me with like newbies, right?
Yeah,
Let
yeah.
them fly that one because I have no fear that they're gonna break the thing because they just won't. So here you go. Let me show you how to do this. Okay, have fun. They all do.
Yeah.
So
I don't fly mine enough. Every time
so
I do, I have to
has it
take
been
5
way
minutes.
too cold to fly down there, Rod?
I was just out flying a little bit ago. My
Even
FPV
Florida.
drones.
I've heard it's been in the 40s lately.
Mm-hmm. The
You
one
can
thing
fly
you
in the
got to look
40s.
out for is you can fly, but on those LiPo batteries, when
Yep,
they
go-
start getting down, don't wait for it to get to your normal number because it will probably go from like 3.7 to 3.6 in like 2 seconds because of the cold. As they get lower, it drops in big chunks.
Is it cold enough for the little geckos just to be dropping like crazy yet?
I don't know. I don't have to worry about geckos. I have 2 cats. There's no, if there's a gecko around, he's not around very long.
But if he gets in the house, use the vacuum or the cat. Your pick.
We probably have 2 or 3 of them climbed up in the cupboards dead someplace that the cats brought in and chased. They
Yeah,
use
you
them
just
as
don't-
they use them as toys.
You,
It's like,
you just
woo,
don't,
toy.
you just
Fun.
don't want to wake up in the middle of the night and realize, why is there a gecko on my ceiling?
Dope. Usually it's half dead by the time it gets in the house anyways, because they've already whacked it on the head about 20 times.
Jim, is that minus 10 Celsius or minus 10 Fahrenheit?
I think Fahrenheit. Jim,
Which is
How
colder
f-
because minus 10 Celsius is actually warmer.
Hey, no.
Hey, here's Mr. Ron. Trouble's here.
The crossover is minus 40.
Mr. Lockwood,
Howdy, Mr. Andrew.
how you doing?
Well,
How's dinner?
it's good.
Looks like sweet potato chips.
Nope, it is garlic bread and spaghetti.
Ooh,
Oh,
Simple and
Celsius?
sweet.
Okay, yeah. I
That's-
thought it was.
that's a damn good combination.
Oh, come on. You should be eating Bambi.
I will be tomorrow night.
Oh, you got one?
No, be having elk burgers and I'm sure what else. My buddy's coming over tomorrow, and then we're going to hunt on Saturday.
Elk burgers sound yummy.
Mm-hmm. They are. You pay a lot for them in a restaurant. Elk.
Yeah, I haven't had one in
Good one.
years. I miss them.
Ooh.
So, but isn't it cheaper if you hunt one down and do the work yourself and then make the burger yourself?
Yeah, it is. But
It depends. Yeah. normally when guys go hunting for elk, they're not really looking at it for a cost effective way to get meat.
Yeah.
They're looking at it as a sport.
When I was up in Fargo, there was a guy up there. He was looking for a rifle because he wanted to go elk hunting. Yeah, he was
Mhm.
looking for a 50 cal.
Jesus, that's a little bit overkill.
He wanted to be able to kill it from half a mile away.
Yeah.
So, all right, I got to
You-
run.
You could
right.
probably do it with a 12 gauge.
You're
right?
right.
I'm using a 7 mag, and that'll actually be plenty.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what my brother had, was a 7mm. I hunted
It's either
with
that or a
30 when I was out.
going to use, but well, my monitor and iMac should be here tomorrow.
Oh. Yeah, they said mine would be here tomorrow too, Ron. Thanks for
Good.
getting that for me. I really appreciate that. I don't
Yeah.
expect to see it until probably Saturday because we got all this snow that's come in, and it's going to be snowing all night tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, you
also.
guys are getting slammed with snotty weather down south for a change.
Yeah, we're I didn't expect any snow, figured we'd get a little bit of icy rain, was hoping it wasn't too much, and that all
Well,
moved down south of us. This whole front shot down further south, so where we're at, we're right in this just above the east central part of Oklahoma, closer to right in the edge of the bottom edge of the northeast Oklahoma.
Yeah.
And we've been getting, so it started snowing today about 10:30 this morning, and it hasn't let up for about an hour. And mind you, it's not big flakes, but I mean, we're probably up to a good 2.5, 3 inches now. So, and it's supposed to keep going all night long till about 6 tomorrow morning.
Wow.
Yeah, we're supposed to get some more on Saturday.
Well, the system goes all the way from almost Captain Joe's and Mike Wright's in Texas, all the way to almost South Carolina. That's how big this system is.
Yeah, they're talking about that big Arctic vortex for January. I've seen. I really hope they're wrong. They're saying it could be a couple weeks of 30, 40 below.
50 degrees right now in Seattle.
It's 50?
Yep, and
Lucky.
sunny. It's beautiful.
Lance, are you sure you're not in Hawaii?
I'm going to go lay in the sun here in a minute. I'm going to break my lawn chair out, put on my goggles, fry my Avada 2.
Yeah, in upstate South Carolina, they talk about snow for tomorrow, and like everything is closing. Everything.
This snowstorm right now is as far west as the border of New Mexico, and right on the Texas Panhandle. It's as far north as north of Kansas City and goes all the way down to Monterey, almost to Monterey, Mexico.
Wow.
And it's going, like I said,
Wow.
from eastern New Mexico all the way to past Memphis right now. I mean, it is one big storm. Dallas or the Texas down there, especially in the Dallas, Houston area, they're getting lots of rain or freezing rain, whereas we're getting more snow.
Is this part of La Nina or what?
Oh, I don't know. They make up that name, just whatever. It's friggin' cold, and it's snow. So,
well, it's only supposed to be 33 here tomorrow. So,
yeah. And
my brother got 3 inches in Oklahoma City today.
Was that? Yeah. That I haven't seen what our official snowfall is for
Just grab the roller, stick it in the ground.
Oh, I could go out there and look and just, it's probably about that much snow right now. So 3 to 4 inches, 2 to 4 inches probably.
Are the dogs scared of it?
No, no. As a matter of fact, the damn Ranger just came in a little while ago and he was just sopping wet. I went in there. He's laying in front of the heater right now, getting thawed out, and he smells like a wet dog. Yeah.
Now,
Sounds
your
about
little
right.
dog kid doesn't get out and get in that snow, does he?
They step out on the back, the little back aluminum step, and they come running back in.
Okay.
And then the whole house gets wet.
Yep. Yeah, especially if Ranger walks in and he's covered. He likes to go out there and lay in it. And then he comes in, he's snow packed because he's got such long hair. And then he just shakes it all off and everything gets wet.
Mr. Leo says hello, Ron.
Yep, I wrote him back.
So hunting season's going smooth.
Yeah, I guess. I'm just waiting for these damn elk to cross the road. It's in Wyoming. You apply for a hunting unit, and that's where you hunt. If you get the drawn, it's a draw system. If you get drawn, that's where you hunt. And this one dirt road, it's area 117 on the right and area 1 on the left.
So it's a permit, and these permits, you get one of 2 areas?
No, you get one. You get one area. But this area 117, it's big, and there's elk on it. But for some reason, the last month, they've been in area 1, which is literally right across the road. Right across this dirt road.
So you're not allowed to.
The other
Are
day,
you allowed to? Are you allowed to cross from one side to the other, or no?
I can go over there. I just can't shoot anything because it's at area 1. I'm allowed area 117. But I went over to area 1 the other day, saw hundreds of tracks, all within a couple hundred yards of the dirt road. It's like, and they move a lot. So,
is it legal if you put down feed or something for elk to eat, kind of like deer?
Mm-hmm.
No.
You can do it, just don't get caught.
Because it's not legal. It's not legal in South Carolina, but people do it anyway. Because like a local sports store, they sell the big 40-pound bags of deer corn.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say they're just asking somebody to put deer corn down, sit 50 yards away, and just wait.
Where I go, it's a pretty popular hunting area, and the game warden, he's there. We had ran into him a couple weeks ago. He's like, "Oh yeah, Ron from Pine Haven. Yeah, you're the guy that called me about the deer that died on your porch and tried to jump through the rail." I'm like, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, they're talking 4 to 8 inches here in Muskogee right now. It started at 10 a.m. today, or 11 a.m. I should say. Oh no, it'll end tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Yeah, it's supposed to hit South Carolina about 11 a.m., between 11 and 2, and go till about 10 o'clock. But by 10 o'clock, it could get a little bit of ice. 10 p.m. We're supposed to get about 2 to 4 inches, which is the first snowfall in upstate South Carolina in 3 years exactly. It's been a while.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we are right. I was looking at the radar predictions in the north of us, like towards Oklahoma City. they get a little less snow, but right where we're at is right where the heavy snows are going to be. So, and then down
You
in
got the heavy band.
yeah, down in Dallas now, they're getting hammered with uh ice, snow, and rain. So if they're getting freezing rain down there, they're going to be like they were a couple years ago.
Do you see that
Nice.
edge of the I see up by Minneapolis? Is that part of the system by Texas?
Well, this
See light blue up by the Great Lakes? Is that
Yeah.
part of this system?
yeah,
Down
it's all
here?
part of this. Yeah, it's all part of the same major system. Like I said,
Whoa.
well, yeah, the one in Minneapolis is actually the is just north of us, but yeah, it's pretty much, and they're starting to merge right now. The bottom end of that one is merging into the one that's going over New Mexico, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Tennessee, Mississippi. Yeah. Yes.
But wow, this is a big system.
It's a huge one, yeah. Far bigger than they thought it would be. So, yeah.
Well, if you get cold, Lloyd, maybe you can borrow a little heat from Southern California. I'm sure they can spare some.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they could send us.
Look,
Yeah, they
I'm-
can keep. I wouldn't mind the heat, but they can keep the damn fires. I just don't need that.
Lloyd, I'm sure you know somebody that's got a rope, and you could just use the rope and just pull us.
Yeah,
some,
yeah, just rope that and pull it right on over. Yeah, I bet that. Yeah,
bring some heat in. I'm sure
Yeah,
Rod could do it.
you just look how big that thing is right there. That was just. It's a huge storm, and they were. For once, usually the weathermen, there's Stormageddon is coming, and they usually, and you get all ready for it. All the store shelves are wiped out, and can't find nothing when you need it. This time, they missed the boat. They underpredicted it. Matter of fact, I went shopping to pick up some stuff yesterday, and there wasn't that big of a crowd out there. I think they just got tired of listening, and now all of a sudden it's like, okay, maybe they might have missed the boat on this one.
I heard up in Baltimore, several stores are bare because people went nuts buying milk and bread and meat.
Oh yeah. They do it. I mean, just look at toilet paper. That's the biggest example of stupidity I've ever seen.
Oh, I know. The toilet paper.
Like,
Do you remember
who
that
in the
back?
who in the hell needs, 30 cases of toilet paper? I mean,
Oh,
even if
I
they've got a
know.
fat ass, they can't use that much of it.
I once saw at Sam's Club someone with the large pallet cart. He had
Oh, yeah.
this. They had a big ass sign that says one package per person. Well,
Oh, yeah.
he's got 2 pallets of toilet paper.
Yeah, it was some fucked up stuff.
That was stupid. I don't know I don't even know how the rumor and the scare got started. They were running out of toilet paper. I don't know.
I have no idea.
There were fights in the grocery stores over.
Oh, I know. Of all the stuff we could have ran out of during COVID, toilet paper, I think, was pretty well at the bottom of the list. Like food, I
And
could see.
Lance, is the Charmin plant out there or what?
Oh, I just got home and I got a Neo case and a landing pad. I don't have the Neo yet. Paul hasn't sent it to me, or Joe. Paul, you haven't sent me your Neo yet.
Well, I don't have an address.
It's Seattle.
That
Yeah,
sounds
just
like
say Seattle. They know who I am.
Just put in Seattle and should spit out an estimate.
Check out my landing pad here.
But Lloyd, the toilet paper is made here.
Well, it's made here too. We got a
Yeah.
Georgia Pacific plant right on the edge of town. It's been made. Originally was called Fort Howard. You know, all those hand like you go into a bathroom in say a doctor's office or where, or a hospital, and they have those containers. A lot of them will say, used to say Fort Howard, and of course now they're Georgia Pacific because they were eventually bought out. But yeah, they've been manufacturing toilet paper. I mean, we have a Kimberly Clark just up in Tulsa, so it's like we got two major toilet paper factories here in Oklahoma.
Yeah, there's a big Kimberly Clark presence up near Chicago as well.
You got it covered then, Lloyd.
Yeah, we got it covered. That's what I couldn't understand why people in Muskogee were so stupid. Because I mean, we had a friggin' toilet paper plant right outside of town,
Well,
and they were.
if you remember what Rod and White said, you can't fix stupid.
No,
That's true. You can't.
We could try, but we can't.
What I don't understand is the whole, I obviously Darwin was wrong in his theory of evolution because, the survival of the fittest doesn't seem to be working because the stupid people keep breeding and now they got generations of stupid people in one family, and it's like, and they keep breeding like roaches, it's like, come on, let's start getting, you guys need to quit interbreeding over there in Arkansas and bring in some fresh blood.
Maybe they should go up to, say, North Dakota. Bring in fresh blood.
up here. It'd freeze to death up there.
Yeah, that's the armpit of America, North Dakota.
Mm-hmm.
But on North Dakota, don't they say, "How you doing, eh?"
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Minot, North Dakota was the one Air Force base you never want to be sent to because that meant you pissed somebody off really bad.
Yep. What's the hell's his name lives up there in Minot? 51 drones.
51 drones, yeah. Yeah, Russ from 51
Is he
drones.
still posting or what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
On
He
YouTube?
puts out content fairly regular.
Yeah, he has some family issues going on and some medical issues with his wife. And he was upfront about it, but he said he's still going to post. And
yeah, he just put out one here. I can't remember what it was on. It was on one of the. I can't even remember now. My mind's gone blank. I just saw it here. I don't know, a couple of weeks ago he posted.
Hey guys, I gotta roll. You guys have a good evening.
All right, Lance.
Bye,
You take care.
Lance. Enjoy.
Hey, Lance, I think we're about ready to call it pretty soon anyway.
Yeah,
I'm packing it in.
I'll be back on here in not on here, but I'll be on Art Show in another hour. So.
Okay. Yeah, everybody join Lloyd later on, and
Three
Ron,
conservative gimps.
What channel are you going to be on, Lloyd?
It's going to be Three Conservative Gimps. It's our conservative talk show.
Okay, there you go. Hey, Ron,
Great.
thanks for stopping in, buddy.
all right, guys.
Lloyd,
See y'all later, folks.
Andrew, we'll see you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody in the chat. We'll see you again tomorrow morning. Bye.